Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door or Doorshutter? Coming back to you with a brand new episode. This is actually recorded in the future. So the thing you see behind me is what we're actually going to be building in this episode. So welcome on into episode 42, and let's get right into the shenanigans. Today, we are going to be getting into crystal growth and all of that stuff with blood magic. I think this is probably going to be, hopefully, the last episode we focus fully on blood magic, but I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying looking at all the things that have changed since the last time I've ever touched it. And yeah, so one of the things we're going to look at is getting crystals in this episode because we need the crystallized will. Okay, so I'm going to look at Gathering of the Forsaken Souls. Applies wills catalyst to crystals within the range from the attached inventory. So if this is correct, I think this is the right one. This should allow for us to harvest hostile mobs or passive mobs and produce a better crystal count. Okay, I think that's what we're looking at here. So I'm actually going to grab just another set of ritual stones real quick, just because I need them. And we're going to grab, I think I'm just using wool here for some reason, but we'll just do it again. So we're going to put another Master Ritual Stone here, and we're going to look for that, what is it called? See if I can find it here real quick. The Sinner's Burden? What in the world's that one? I don't even know. High Jump, Filler, Zephyr, Shepherd, Crusher, Magnetism, New Moon. I think it's this one, right? The Faceted Crystal. And this should actually just symmetrically line up with that one. Okay, and this shouldn't interfere with anything. So we have a Demon Crystallizer. And we're going to want to kind of just create, let's actually put a normal resource here, like stone or something, instead of wool. I have a pair of shears. Okay, so let's just grab stone of some kind. Yeah, smooth stone will work. Okay, so we're just going to do this. All right, and we're going to get... I actually want to get 5 of these Demon Crucibles real quick, just because there is 5 different types of Crystallized Will. Crystal Will. There's 5 different types here, so Normal, Demon Will, Corrosive Will, Vengeful Will, Destructive Will, and Steadfast Will. Okay, so I want to get those, and we will be right back when I get 5 of these, so I just need 4 more, and we'll continue on. Alrighty, so we have all 5 of these. And also, I wanted to mention, we are placing this inside of one singular chunk. I have kind of walled off a side just so we can make this look center just by viewing it. So that is something to take into account. Let's see. So the next thing that we need to look at is doing the activation of these, right? What am I looking for? I'm looking for the weak activation crystal. And I think I also need a redstone link, a lever, and also the wool, because I did set this to a wool signal on the spawner. That's what I'm actually activating, by the way. So this right... Come on. Trying to fly there. Yeah, so just 2 wool to activate the spawner. So we can just set this up here for right now. We may set up a wall or something to make it easier, but... Guess we didn't really need 2 wool, but yeah. Okay. So that should start activating the cow spawner. Kind of wait for that to start here. Maybe. I think maybe gas tiers is what I missed. Throw some of that. Activation range ignores players, conditions, spawn range. Let's just toggle it on and off real quick. There we go. Okay. And I think what we'll actually do is instead of doing this constantly, we'll probably grab an entity detector. So let's activate that. And this should, hopefully, if it's the right ritual, start killing passive mobs. I swear this should be the right one. Unless it's been changed, of course. That's always the thing. Could be changed. Do we have the ritual Tinkerer? So we need to look at the Master Ritual Stone real quick. Okay. Will crystals in the range have catalyst applied to them will increase growth speed. Okay, so I see what they've done. They've changed it to where you have to build catalysts with a Hellfire Forge to then have those be collected by the Gathering of Forsaken Souls, and then that'll be used that way. I don't think I like that idea. I have taken everything out here. So what we can do is go back to the... see if I can find it here. Faceted crystal, which is this one. Okay. And we can actually just kind of get this started here a little bit. So I actually want to make what is called a will gauge. I believe this still functions the exact same, but we need an actual crystal. So let's just kind of wing it here. So we're going to place a Tataric gem in this crucible here. It doesn't really matter which one, I guess. So we can actually kind of start growth in this area. We're going to speed this up, speed this up. I don't know if it'll fully affect anything, but we're going to let this grow. Basically, the reason you would want to get those catalysts from Blood Magic is to actually increase growth speed. Without that ritual and the catalyst, you basically are going to have one every so often, which is not great. But I want to attempt something with this Industrial Foregoing Souls. We're going to kind of combine these two mods and see if we can speed some things up. So I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to, but you never know. So let's actually make sure that this is active. So this, do not break this. We actually need this to split several times before we can do anything. Okay, so I'm going to let this go, and I'll show you what I mean by split here in a second. Also, we can just speed up the crystal by itself. I didn't need to actually do that. But there you go. Split. Just like that. And this will actually occur several times. Alrighty. So, we are going to put this back in here. So, one of the things you can see is that we need a constant source of will to actually grow these crystals. And that is something we can actually deal with here in a little bit once this actually gets growing. So, these should be fully grown now. I don't want to break them. Actually, it looks like it's not fully grown. So maybe, how many times is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's almost there. Biggest thing is we just have to make sure we have enough will on our Tataric gem. Of course, you could do this to where you just get a fully grown center demon crystal cluster, break that, and then make a better Tataric gem in the first place. And it looks like this is now complete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the center spire doesn't matter. So 7 in total, but 6 on the outside. Okay. So I think what I want to do is actually grab Fortune Pickaxe. I don't actually have. So let's just break all these. Okay. And then break the center spire. You really don't need to break the center spire, but I'm going to anyway here. And it looks like that was actually a mistake. Hold on. I don't think it was fully grown, but that's okay. Let me quickly go get another set of these, because we actually need 4 to make another crystal, which is this here, which we will use to automate this. So I actually need more. The other ones are fine. So if we actually were to grab a drawer... see, I want to grab a handful of drawers. Can we actually just do... I'll do something I never do, and see if we can grab one of these combo drawers. I think I would only need... actually, that's just a weird amount. Never mind. Alright, let me grab those and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so what we need to do next is kind of an interesting thing, because we don't need this anymore. So we're actually going to take all of these out. I accidentally did let some of these grow just a little bit more than I was thinking. But we're going to take this out, and I hope this still works the same way. We're going to kind of just guess here. I hate saying that, but we are guessing quite a lot here, and it may or may not work. So let's just get rid of this, because we have the crystals we need, right? And that is the most important thing. Also, I wanted to mention adding looting 3 or looting of any kind to your sword, your sentient sword, will actually give you more will. It does say that in the book. I did just read that because I did not know that ahead of time. So, good things to know. We're going to quickly toss our wills in here. And we're going to grab some stone because we want to basically just make a platform here. And also, this chunk, like the mining out of this whole thing, absolutely pointless if I couldn't do it the original way. Just so you guys know, there's no point in doing a massive hole in the ground. It's just how it is now because I did not know that beforehand. So we're gonna grab 4 of each of these. All right, so real quick, I forgot that the way to craft these into the crystals we need is actually going to require a greater Tataric gem. It cannot use any other tier because it is too much, right? So we need to actually get another common Tataric gem, all of these different ingredients, which we're just going to use the Demon Will Crystal, Weak Blood Shard, Demonic Slate, and get a greater Tataric gem, which means I'm going to have to craft up another common one. And so let me get that done. We'll be right back, and we should be able to get a crystal, which will be fantastic. All right, so we've got the greater, and it's filled with 4096. So we should now be able to craft up the crystals that we need for this. So we actually keep that in there. So we got the steadfast. So we'll get the corrosive. We'll get the vengeful. Let's quickly grab the demon will crystal we have in here. So just this. I am thinking that we could use the Industrial Foregoing Souls thing, especially now because showing the time in a bottle works with the actual crystal itself means that we could totally get this going properly without needing catalyst or anything like that, which I see this being broken and also changed in the future because yeah, it's a little bit broken if we can speed this up just using the Industrial Foregoing Souls. That is for sure. Okay, so there's all 5, and there's our Tataric gem, which is fantastic. We also, you can use the Tataric gem to kind of jumpstart the actual first one, the raw crystal. So let's get these placed. So it doesn't really matter about where you place them. Okay. We want to then make a drawer system. So it looks like we're going to need to just make a little bit extension of this here. And, I mean, we will keep them this way. This sounds about right. Looks like we may need one more spot here, so let's just expand it a little bit more. Okay. And what we'll want to do is we'll basically want to filter all of these and get them to kind of go into the retrospective ones. So, for example, green, red, yellow, blue, and then light blue, and we'll keep it that way. So we'll just go this way. And we will grab a lock. Okay. And we're just going to do this kind of old school style with Ender.io. I think we can do it with Ender.io conduits. I haven't touched Ender.io conduits, I don't think, before, have I? Or if I have, it's been a minute. Okay, so let me get some pulsating alloy ingots, which is just iron and ender pearls, and we'll do it some old school style. Old school filtering. Alright, so let's go put these down here. And I'm not sure, do we have a way to filter by default? Is this a filter? Honestly, I'm not sure. It's been a minute since I've touched this stuff. Can you tell? Where did the rest of the will go? Oh, yeah, they're still in here. I was like, where in the world did the will go? And I was like, oh, wait, I already put it in the drawer. So we're going to do ignore. We're going to do channel green. I think we can just filter using that. And that's going to be the wrong one. So we're going to do this one. Okay, so we're just going to set this up. So ignore channel brown. And this one is the red one. Then channel blue, always active. And this is the yellow one. Okay, so channel purple, always active. And this is the blue one, so not the light blue. So this one. And then this one is channel cyan. And then this is... where am I looking here? This one. Then always active. And then we're going to want to mimic this on the other side, right? So... let's take another crystal out of here. So we should basically want insert. This should be cyan. So cyan is the very last one. So the demon will. Actually, I guess we don't really need a filter here, do we? And then cyan purple. Insert, no extract, just insert. So no extract, insert on channel blue. And we can actually see the representation of the colors on the arrow itself, which is fantastic. And then brown, and then this one is green. I think we will have kind of an issue trying to insert into these because we will need to actually insert. So let's do just light gray on all of these to insert because these are locked and we don't need to worry about this side on insertion. So insert gray. Okay, insert gray, or light gray. Of course, we could do gray, but I'm just doing light gray. So if we do this, these should start pumping into here and feeding the chunk will, right? So let's make sure we've got everything set up here. Oh, so this one is actually wrong. So this one needs to be insert. Okay. And once it kind of uses this, I believe it then should make these things grow. If I'm not mistaken. Of course, this is all old knowledge. That's the biggest problem. So if we speed one of these up, will this actually function? Okay, so it is actually functioning. Okay. And what we can do is we can actually get another ritual. So we could actually do some blood magic to automate this, right? It is... oh, what is the actual ritual? It's not the Forsaken Souls. I think it's the Crack. This one here, of all aspects within its range, dropping the results on top of the crystals. So we can actually get the Fractured Crystal. I think the other one was the Faceted, right? So the Fractured, not the Faceted. So this... yeah, the Faceted is what we're on. So we want the Fractured. Which is... there. Okay, so we just need some ritual. So Master Ritual, then Ritual Stones. And then I think what we can do is just kind of place this under by a block or two. So we'll grab stone. I actually have stone on me right there. So we're going to kind of center this a little. I think that should work. I think we'll set this here. I hope the range is decent enough. Max volume. Horizontal radius is 5. Vertical is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think that should be good. So let's just get our Ritual Diviner. Let's make sure we're going... I guess it doesn't really matter on that direction because it doesn't have an up or down. So we're just going to stay right here. Get this made. Okay. And then we're going to activate it. So once these crystals grow, you can see that it's actually going to break everything but the center spire, basically. Okay, so we're actually going to want a demagnetization coil because we do not want to pick this stuff up at all. Am I out of glowstone? I think I might be completely out of glowstone. Okay, so let me just set this one down. Can I increase this to enough? I don't think I can. So if we set this on top here, is that just enough? Yeah, that should be just enough. And then we'll grab a chest. That is going to be our main buffer point. We'll just do a gold chest. Might as well. And this is actually going to be the gray extract here. So we're going to do extract. Always active. And we're going to do an item collector. I think a basic one should just do us just fine here. Okay. And of course, if we wanted filtering, we could totally go for that. But right now, we don't really care. So let's make sure we just put every piece of crystal we've had in there. The only one that's going to be a problem is probably this one because we were a little bit shorter. So let's just throw our Tatark gem in there. And one of the things we're going to look at now is actually getting a piece from Industrial Foregoing Souls. And I don't know if we would just want to do a new Warden, in all honesty. How many Echo Shards do we actually have? 5? We need to go get some more Echo Shards. But I think... I don't know if I'd want to just go over in this one and just pipe it over here. I think we'll just do a whole new one. I think we should be able to do that. If we just kind of set him... let's see. Let's kind of think this through. So industrial. So soul pipes. So what I'm thinking is we have... Okay, so that's not going to work. That is not going to work. Okay, so we can do this for a second. And pick this guy up. Alrighty, and with that, we're going to wrap this one up here. This has been an enjoyable episode, I will not lie. This is an interesting thing that I've never done before. And of course, we have, of course, made some mistakes, but I will rectify them between this episode and next just because it's on me, right? I did not mean to destroy that crystal. I did not know these need to be set on a full block. Now that we know that, which is it's a good thing, right? Now we have some more information. I will be getting glowstone, ender pearls, all of that stuff off camera because I'm actually running low on both of those. Completely out of glowstone, of course. But yeah, thank you guys. Stay awesome. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.